Hey guys, and welcome. In today's video I'm going to be doing a mini review of the Proraso Green Shaving Soap. So I've reviewed Proraso shaving soap in the past. I reviewed the Proraso White. This is the Proraso Green. The White is their sensitive skin formulation. In the past I really wasn't overly impressed with their shaving soap. I feel like it had good cushion, but I felt like it was definitely lacking in slickness, and the post-shave actually left me pretty dried out. So it's pretty much a shaving soap I've abandoned. I really haven't gone back to it since I reviewed it. That being said, I still see a lot of guys out there using this stuff, and even really big wet shavers who are using some of the best stuff out there. They're going back there and still using Proraso. So I want to go back and review it again. Like I said, just kind of a mini review, not getting into all the full details, but just seeing if there's something I overlooked. Because this is just such a wildly popular product. So Proraso is an Italian shaving soap, and it kind of, people used to use shaving brushes and shaving soaps more, in the past, 50s, 60s is really popular, and then it kind of went in a lull there for many decades, and now it's obviously coming back full force. But during that time, a lot of the traditional shaving soap companies closed their doors, but Proraso kind of prevailed through that time, still kept making their stuff, and now it's become really, really popular again. They have their shaving soaps, creams, aftershaves, pre-shaves, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, this is the soap from their green line, which is kind of a eucalyptus menthol. So it's got a really nice scent to it, just kind of a cool, clean, refreshing, menthol-y scent to it. It has a nice cooling sensation on the skin. Alright, so before I get into more details, I'm going to go ahead and take the puck here. And I was blooming it while I was in the shower. Just got a shower, facial hair is nice, cleaned out, hydrated, ready to go. I have 2 days of facial hair growth. I'm going to take the bloom water and add it to my face. Very nice. I can already feel the menthol on my skin. Very, very nice cooling sensation. This is a little bit, I wouldn't consider this high menthol, but on the higher range of menthol. Anyway, here it is. Comes in this plastic tub, just kind of like a little top that pops on there, and you can just pop it off. Here's the soap. It's very, very brilliantly white. It's pretty hard. It's a little bit softened up here on the first level, just because I was blooming it ahead of time. So one thing really nice about Proraso is that it's very widely available, including on Amazon. That's where I got this from. It was $10 for this puck, which is 5.2 ounces, so it's under $2 an ounce. So it's definitely a good deal as long as it performs. Let's go ahead and take a look at the ingredients. Water, stearic acid, which is awesome, coconut oil, great, potassium hydroxide, sodium hydroxide, glycerin, lactic acid, sodium lauryl, so SLS. Those are things that are kind of like artificial sudsing molecules. They're often used in like shampoos and a lot of modern day soaps too. Menthol, camphor, eucalyptus oil, and then a few other things: tetrasodium EDTA, hydrocellulose, sodium hydroxymethylglycine, geraniol, perfume. So overall, pretty good ingredient list. Not as natural as some of the ingredient lists out there from artisan soap makers, but still not too bad. Alright, for today's shave, I'm going to be pairing it with the Semogue 830 brush. Had it here soaking in a mug while I was in the shower. Here's the brush. So this was my shaving brush of the year. This is an incredible brush, and I'm using it because it's got good backbone, so I can load up enough soap, and it's a great face lathering brush. So I want to give this soap the best chance of performing well. Alright, let's go ahead and load up. So today is Saturday morning. I had a really nice morning. I actually got my hair cut at a local barber shop. I know I've mentioned it before in past videos, but I'd really recommend that you guys seek out local barber shops. So this one's in like a small town in Massachusetts. It's been open for like 50 years. You go in there, this guy, he's just awesome guy. It's like a good dude's hangout. You can sit there, talk, and it's really fun, and it's nice to support a local business and someone who's really skilled. I mean, he's been cutting guys' hair for so many years. Excellent haircuts, and I just really recommend you guys search out, because those are still out there, these barber shops, and it's a really nice experience. It's kind of tied into the whole wet shaving thing. People used to go to barbers to get their hair cut. He still has safety razor blades around. He has Clubman aftershaves and stuff like that, and he'll trim your neck with a straight razor, well shavette, if you want to. So pretty cool. Anyway, here we go. Got plenty loaded up here in the brush. We go ahead into a face lather. pretty dry lather. I need some more water in here. Alright, very nice. Definitely a very cushiony lather. That was really easy to make this lather too. Alright, for today's safety razor, I'm going to be going with the Mercor 37C. This is their slant head razor here. Very nice, I haven't used this in a while, and I paired it with a treat blade. This is the type of treat I paired it with. Sorry if I'm shaking a little bit, I just got back from the gym too. I was lifting weights, so my arm's a little bit tired. Anyway, here is the blade. I really like these. Very smooth blades, and they still have a nice amount of sharpness to them, so I really like pairing those in more aggressive razors, like the slant head razors, like the Mercor 37C. I also like putting those in less aggressive razors, like my Mercor 34C or an Edwin Jagger 89. When my skin, every once in a while your skin's just feeling a little sensitive, so when I'm looking for a very smooth shave, I often put in these treat blades. Alright, go ahead and get started. First pass with the grain. Good protection so far. I have a little more resistance on my skin than I'd like right now. I just don't feel like the slickness is really there at the soap, but we'll see how it does. Alright, good first pass. Not a ton of slickness here. Anyway, we'll see how it does. Back to the brush, applying my second lather. This definitely makes a very voluminous, thick lather, which is nice. Feels good putting it on my skin here, and the eucalyptus menthol, awesome scent, and the cooling sensation from the menthol is really nice. Alrighty. Second pass, cross grain this direction. So just make sure when you're shaving with any razor, really light pressure. You don't need to be pushing down your skin. If you do, you're probably going to cut yourself. So with more aggressive razors, like slant head razors, I use very light pressure. Just enough to get the blade in contact with my skin. I will say the slickness is actually better than I initially thought. Got a few hairs here that grow kind of a weird direction, kind of up this way. I just don't seem to get them if I'm just going down on my neck here, so gotta get these. There we go. Alright, second pass. Feeling very good. There, now the slickness. Sometimes you just need a little bit of soap to build up on your skin to get the slickness. Definitely feels a lot better. Alright, back to the brush. Third pass, cross grain this direction. I'm just going to even out my sideburns here first. Okay, alright. Alright, after my third pass, this is feeling really good. Nice slickness. I feel like I've had really good protection actually from this lather. It's been quite slick. Very nice. Alright, back to my brush and clean it out. My left hand, get this lather here. Good, nice looking lather. Spread around my face, feel for any areas I want to get a little bit closer and clean it up with the razor in my right hand. This lather is giving me lots of protection. I'm really able to clean up my face here. Not getting any discomfort. Alright, very happy with where this is at. I'm going to go ahead and get cleaned up. Alright, feeling back here. Very nice shave. Nice and close. I can feel my skin is getting a little bit dried out already. This is what I experienced before, but overall it's a very close shave. This had awesome protection, you know, in my later passes, like third pass, cleanup pass. I really had a lot of slickness. I was able to go over certain areas of my skin multiple times, many times, with no irritation. It felt very comfortable. This feels nice and close. I'm very happy with this. No nicks, no bleeders, no redness. Very happy with that. This is definitely different from my first experience with the Proraso shaving soap. This is, like I mentioned, their green formulation. I don't know if it's due to me using the white formulation. Probably not, since they're based in the same ingredients. When I used this before, I was living in Chicago, which has pretty hard water, and where I'm living now has pretty soft water. So I think that maybe some of the good properties of the soap got brought out by the soft water. Soft water really helps to propagate some of the good attributes of soap, including its slickness. Hard water is it's a little bit more difficult. It's harder to, whip up a really nice slick lather in hard water. So if the formulation isn't like perfect for that, hard water, it's gonna, not have its best properties. But anyway, I'm really happy with how it's performed today. This definitely gets a thumbs up, and I really do like the menthol eucalyptus formula. And $10 for a shaving puck for that, I actually think it's a good deal. It's something I would recommend to new wet shavers. I think it could be a really good first shaving soap. Alright, post-shave today, going with Captain's Choice North. This is my alcohol-based aftershave. Put this on first, help clean up my skin, close down some of my pores. I'm not getting any burning anywhere on my face, which is a really good indication that was a very close shave with no irritation. A benefit of using a alcohol-based aftershave is that it'll burn in the areas of your face where you shaved just a little too close and the skin had some irritation, or you shaved off like the first little layer of skin there, because that will really burn. But if you don't get any burning, then it's a good indication that there's a close shave with no irritation. So that felt great. Alright, now my post-shave balm, I'm going to be going with the Sterling Unscented. Shake this up. Alright. There we go. This is nice stuff. The ingredients in this, water, witch hazel, aloe, meadow foam seed oil, glycerin, grapeseed oil, an emulsifier, shea butter, emulsifying wax, coconut oil, stearic acid, vitamin E, optifen, and allantoin. So overall, really nice ingredient list for this stuff. I've definitely been happy with its performance. Alright, so that was my mini review of the Proraso Green Shaving Soap. Very happy with the performance on this stuff. It is, this was a much better shaving experience than my first time. Oh, one other thing I wanted to look at here. Oh yeah, so there's not really much, but on my razor head there's a little bit of a white film on there. When I was using the Proraso products in my last hometown, Chicago, with the hard water, it left a white film over everything. My shaving brush handle, this does not have a white film on it. My razor, a really quite thick white film on there, and I was just wondering, if it's leaving a film like that on my shaving tools, what's it leaving on my skin? And here, there's a little bit, but not nearly like it was before. So, maybe this is a soap that's best used in people who have soft water at home. And hard water, anyway, it's kind of, I guess, give it a try, see if you like it or not. Anyway, thank you for joining me for today's video. There will be another video coming out shortly this weekend with my La Pierre Lucien giveaway. I need to go through all the comments and randomly select somebody using a program. But anyway, stay tuned for that. And as always, thanks for watching.